My name's Angus. My life before I got ill was really rushed. I grew up in a family unit and people around me where sort of the more that you do, the sort of better person you were really. So I had a really strong achiever and I was working really hard. I was training to do a marathon. I think I was ill at the time and I went out running. I just went on a short run, which was an 8-mile run for me. It was very short and easy, and it happened very suddenly. My legs literally just stopped working, and that was it. From at that point, I pretty much didn't run again. I basically got ill from that point and progressively got worse as the months and years went on. The symptoms at that point were a list as long as your arm, absolutely just complete shutdown of my body, a ringing in my ears, and my muscles were just completely tender, and I couldn't step one step without symptoms, without completely just my body shutting down, which obviously meant I was confined to the house. The body just wouldn't work properly. So the biggest problem with that was nutrition, taking food in, because obviously we need food to stay alive. And I got to a point where I'd lost so much weight but I just couldn't take food in at all for days and days on end. You could see my ribs, and you could get your hand around my waist. I'd been to the doctors, and the doctors didn't know what to do. So he did diagnose the ME and Fibromyalgia. He said you'll basically suffer from it for the rest of your life. Obviously, you can imagine the way you feel at that. I mean, this was 13 years ago, so I was 30 at the time, and I couldn't, my brain couldn't cope with what was going on. I found the Gupta Program online. Now, I have been on it quite a while, a good few years, and I think that's, testament to the progress I've made. My experience of life is completely enhanced now, basically thanks to the program. I just was I started bird watching, and so it was sort of things like that, and just to be able to just sit and watch nature and to really enjoy it in a way I hadn't done before. Over the period of the illness, I've been really lucky enough to be blessed with a daughter, and for me, it's just being able to be on the beach with her and build sandcastles. It's just so precious, the time that I've been able to spend with her, because that just couldn't happen before. I couldn't even when she was born, I just couldn't spend time with her at all, and it was just so triggering to be symptoms wise. So to be able to go and pick her up from school and and see her face when she runs out of school, and it's been very, very special to be able to cook a family meal together and sit and play music and chat and and just interact and be present with her and play games with her. These have been the most precious gifts, because if I hadn't basically have done the program, or I hadn't have retrained my brain, these things I would still be sat in this loop now. I'm really, really excited for the future and bringing my daughter up. She's still only 7, so there's so many things that we can do together and experiences that we can have.